Hey guys, Chris at Tillman Family Farm. So I'm doing this video specifically about netting. And the reason that I'm doing that is that our friends over at Starklines are having a tremendous sale for spring. Their stuff that they're putting out there all the way up to 20% off, and they're allowing for people to use our discount code as well, which is Tillman Family at checkout, and you can save an additional 10%. So that's up to 30%. So I just moved some goats down here. I got some, this is actually poultry netting, but I want to show you how I got this netting set up. I want to show you this charger. I want to show you how the netting is built and just give you a good look at it, man. This is a great product, and for you to be able to save this kind of money on it right now, it's just a really good opportunity. So let's take a look at this netting and I'll give you some more details. All right, so this is an area back here behind one of our barns and basically we don't have any animals that get back here to it. So you can see one goat right there, but there's three in here. so they are hidden in this tall stuff right here. So anyhow, we let chickens back here. That's why this netting is already here anyway. But it grew up so much that it was grounding out, and I'll explain that to you. So the way the netting at the bottom is, all this grass stuff, if it gets really tall, which it was, like that stuff, if it gets really tall like that, it's gonna ground out the bottom wires on this stuff. So the way that this stuff works, you can kind of see it maybe glistening there a little bit, so you can see the metal strands in the wire. So the wires that run this away are hot, okay? The ones that run up and down are not. So let's walk over here and I'll show you what. Actually, let's go turn this bad boy charger off so I don't get the crap knocked out of me. So this is an S1400 from Starklines. Let's turn it off. It's off. Now we're safer. So all of these strands that run this way, right, they all come down here and they come to the end and they get right there, and then they get all twisted up. So when they get all twisted up, that energizes everything. So they go all the way to the bottom, and then they break off this way and just follow it all the way around. There's a nice little clip on the end of these things too. If you run these things back to each other, they have this clip on them that you can clip to each other. But since we ran it to a building, I've just kind of got it dogged off right there so that it doesn't ground out to the building. So we came through, you can tell where we weed eated to make this thing where it wasn't grounded. So I'm gonna step over. So we weed eated all the way up into there. And I really hope I'm not making y'all drunk the way I'm moving around. Anyway, so we weed eated a nice pathway through here so that we could get a good, you can see it good right here, so that we could get a good pathway for the fencing and be able to get it put up and it not be grounded out and have good charge on it and all that stuff. But these goats can stay in here for, oh gosh, this is probably at least a week and a half, 2 weeks. There they are, hiding. What you guys doing over there? Anyhow, you see how tall this stuff is. This is quite literally, this is at my chest right here. That's how tall that is. So we're gonna let these guys get in here and clean it all up. But this is poultry netting. I believe that this is a 48-inch tall poultry netting. This is 164 feet of it. And we use this stuff all over the place, man. You can keep dogs in it. We even have some horse netting, and this is tall enough to help us keep horses in too. So we can make big paddocks for horses. It's all temporary. You don't have to spend a whole bunch of money on new fencing that's permanent that 2 or 3 years later you might be like, oh, I wish I hadn't put that fence right there. So good stuff, really great deals on it right now, and you ought to go check them out. All right, so let's talk about the charger for a minute. So this is a solar charger. So this is a solar panel on the front of it, soaks up the sun and creates electricity that charges a battery that's on the inside of this thing. It's housed in the inside. It hooks up very, very easily. So this is the power clip. And just like we were talking about a little while ago, all of these vertical lines are all connected together. So once you put the spark here, it kind of electrifies everything. It just kind of flows. Then you got a ground rod. Ground rod, I'm pretty positive came with this kit. But that is a ground clamp. Everything's kind of color coded. And around here on the back, turn it back off. Around here on the back, it's red for power, black for ground, and then you have a 2-position switch. So the little light is just going to tell you that it's charged and it's ready. But then when you turn it on, it'll start flashing green to tell you that it's on. Now, if this battery gets low or the fence is grounded out, that light's not going to be green. It's going to be flashing red because you got a problem. So what happens when you flip it to the other setting? All it does is it pulses a little slower, right? So if you've got bigger animals or something like that that you're trying to keep out of here, just say you're trying to keep foxes and coyotes and stuff like that out of it, it will be pulsing faster. So it's not a constant shock, but as it pulses faster, it gives them less time in between pulses to try to get through the netting or whatever. So really nice feature there. And sometimes that helps if you're trying to keep in bigger animals and you're using a charger like this. That second setting where it pulses faster is better for horses and cows and buffalo if you should have them or whatever. But great charger. This one works great. This is the premium charger that they have. They do have some smaller ones on the site, and they do have some plug-in chargers as well. But this is, you can use this way out in the middle of nowhere and have power, and it works great. So that's the charger. Now let's talk about a few other things. All right, so I want to take a second and show you guys a few things. I don't know if I've done a lot of this on video before, but quite literally, that's how it is. These things have 2 spikes on the bottom. There's a nice little platform for you to put your foot on. And the way that I do it is I get it set kind of like, and get it straight up. I'll take my foot and I'll drag it to kind of tighten it up. Then I pull the top back this way to keep the fence tight. And then I just simply step it in the ground. Now, in this situation, if this fence is pulling in your corner like this, you can take a temporary T-post or a temporary step-in post. I don't know if I have any on the mule, but you can stick it in the ground at an angle and you can pull this out and then hook it into it, and it'll keep your fence pulled back like that. Also, in the box for this stuff, they sell, or they give you some spikes with some additional wire that you can pull back. I'll take you over to another netting setup and show you some of that real quick of how that's done with a different style netting. But this stuff with this S1400 charger is just a great setup. That's a great charger. It's going to last you for a pretty fair amount of time. I think we've had that one about a year. So, you know, chickens, goats, sheep, all kinds of stuff. If you've ever heard people talk about Premier One, this is, I mean, it's the same stuff. We did some comparison videos on it. Go check them out. All right, so this little setup is, this is the netting that comes with a kit. So these poles are actually different. Poles I was just showing you are fiberglass poles. These are gonna be PVC poles. They have spikes on the bottom that are very similar, but this is what I was talking about. It comes with this. And it comes with these spikes right here to help you keep this thing pulled back at a certain angle. And you can do all sorts of stuff. So like this one right here, you see it's not on this metal building, but my dad has it kind of bungee corded back. But this is a prime example of how you can use netting. This is close to his chicken setup. So he wanted to give them some fresh ground. So we throw up some netting and let them out into this area. They'll pick this stuff clean and we can just take it down and move it somewhere else and they'll be happy all over again. So here's another example from another corner. Same thing. So the PVC post on this particular type of setup, these posts are not as stiff as what the fiberglass premium posts are. So this setup right here to be able to pull it back like that helps you keep the fence with, you know, good tension on it and things like that, so that it stays standing up like it needs to. All right, so this sale ends currently at the end of April 2025. I don't want you to be watching this video a year from now and just be mad at me. So, but anyhow, our discount code is always good, so you can check that out. But go over to starkline.com. All right, guys, just a little short video on Starkline netting. They got some great deals going on right now, and I would just hate it if I didn't help pass that along to you guys. So we appreciate you guys watching. If you don't mind, please go down and like and subscribe and ring that bell so you'll see all the videos we put out. We will see you on the next video.